Perspective now on today's recall election from Lanhee Chen, California State Controller candidate and former Mitt Romney policy director. Lanhee, it's always good to see you. Democrats outnumber Republicans almost 2-1 in this state. So what's with this Chronicles warning?
Well, look, these elections come down to who turns out. And it's a question of enthusiasm. And for many months, the enthusiasm was on the side of those who wanted to recall Gavin Newsom. Now, whether it actually ends up being that way or not, we'll see when the results are in tonight. But when you have a short-term election like this over a very compressed period of time, the big question is who's actually going to show up to vote the governor out of office or keep him in office. And really, that's going to determine the outcome tonight, is what turnout looks like. So far, the Democrats had the early advantage in terms of mail-in balloting. The Republicans are doing well in terms of day of voting. We'll see where the results come out tonight.
How much, Lanhee, do you think this is a preview of what's to come next year in the midterms? Trump Republicans at the center, vaccines at the center, and claims of election fraud already, we heard, before the election day today.
Yeah, I mean, look, I think fundamentally, I heard what Congresswoman Bass said. She thinks the big takeaway from this is that the recall process needs to be reformed. I think the big takeaway here is that a lot of Californians are still pretty frustrated about what's going on in this state. I think they see a lot of the challenges that we face. Maybe they're not prepared to recall Gavin Newsom now, but I do think that they're looking to some kind of change around, for example, how we're addressing homelessness or the wildfires or the many different crises and issues we have in California. So I don't exactly know what the key issues will be when we get to next year, but I can tell you that I don't think the key lesson here is that we need to reform the process. The key lesson here is that people want some kind of change, and we'll see what that looks like next year.
Larry Elder hasn't committed to accepting the results, although today he hinted that he would because he said he's going to win. Is this something you think we're going to see, this play out of the Trump playbook, suggesting, in his words, that there will be shenanigans? Again, is this something you think will be a message the Republicans use moving forward?
Well, I don't think it's a winning message if that's the message. Look, I think we have to do what we can to instill faith and confidence in the democratic process. And, you know, the rules are what they are. A lot of people have issues with the way the rules are drafted here in California. They have issues, for example, with full-time permanent mail-in voting. I think those are fair issues to raise. But those are the rules we're playing by, and everybody's got to play by the same rules. So the notion that somehow we're going to attack the process every time we think we're going to lose, that is a losing strategy. That is not a strategy that I personally embrace. It's not one that I think is a great look for the Republican Party or for any political movement going forward.
Well said. Newsom hang on tonight, Lanhee? Yes or no?
I think it's going to be a close. I think he will. I think he'll hang on.
All right. Lanhee Chen, it's great to see you, California State Controller candidate and Hoover Institution fellow as well. Take care, my friend.